So, they had the White House Correspondents Dinner, and Trevor Noah opened up by making fun of how they were all at a super spreader event and they weren't wearing masks and they're all breathing on each other, sitting 2 inches away from each other. Even the president went. So it seems like, I don't know, another massive hypocrisy from the establishment, from the liberal elite. And so they were questioned about this at a press conference. Jen Psaki, look, she's got that look on her face. Like,
She doesn't have the great attitude of the censor lady.
No.
The censor lady's like, I can't wait to get started censoring.
Yes.
And then Jen's like, I got to get to MSNBC.
Here she go. What? So they ask her about this, about Joe Biden going to a super spreader event while restricting everybody else in the world, right? Everybody, I got to wear a fucking mask at an airport, but they didn't have to wear one at this. Here we go.
Dr. Fauci said that he's not going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, citing COVID concerns. Obviously, he's the president's chief medical advisor. As far as we know, the president is still planning to attend. How should people understand Dr. Fauci's decision versus the president's decision? And is there any concern that the president would be seen as not following the science in some way?
Well, first, I would note and respect everyone's privacy, including Dr. Fauci's, as much as he's very much a public figure. But as you all know, he can speak for himself and his decisions. And every individual will make their own decisions about whether they attend this event, other events, whether they wear a mask at it or not. Obviously, the White House Correspondents Association is requiring same-day testing. That's a decision they have made. Your president outlined, as you all know, a 100-page plan in March intended to position us to go back to our more normal routines. But in that requires making risk assessments and decisions about what you're going to do and what you're going to attend and be a part of, as we all do every day. Today, the president.
So now the president and her get to make their own decisions about COVID. But I don't get to make my own decision about COVID at an airport. Why is that? Or riding a bus or a train or in an Uber. Why is that? Why don't I get to make my own decision? But the president does, right? So when you guys want to go to a party, you get to make your own decisions. But when I want to go on a plane, I got to go. But go ahead, Kurt.
They made their own decision that you don't get to do that.
That's right. That's right. Isn't that weird? Yes, it is weird. I'll answer the question. It's fucking revealing of what two-faced bullshitting hypocrites these people are.
Felt it was very important to be at and speak at the memorial service for a diplomatic icon, Secretary Madeleine Albright.
Yeah, so he went to that. So Joe Biden went to another huge super spreader event, the funeral for Madeleine Albright. And nobody, again, no one wearing masks.
He made the decision to do that despite the fact that there were hundreds, if not thousands, of people there. He has made the decision he wants to attend
Again, why don't I get to make that decision? Why does the government get to make those decisions for me?
way, the White House Correspondents Dinner to showcase his support for the free press, for the work of all of you, for the work of your colleagues around the world, to not only share accurate information about COVID, but also report on the war in Ukraine, and all of the work that happens every single day.
A lot of talking.
That does stand in stark contrast to his predecessor, who not only questioned the legitimacy of the press on a nearly daily basis, but also never attended the dinner, I don't believe. So he felt that was important and made a risk assessment to do that in consultation with his doctors and healthcare team. I would note that we also take additional precautions and steps. I would expect that he may wear a mask when he's not speaking. I'll wear a mask when I'm at the dinner in all likelihood. And we also took steps, including the fact that he's not attending.
She didn't say she was for sure going to wear a mask. She said, in all likelihood, I'll probably wear a mask.
And she didn't.
I'm going to guess she didn't wear one.
Yeah, I know she didn't. I saw the clip. she got real dolled up. She looked great. The mask would have messed up her makeup.
The eating portion of the dinner, and he'll be there for the program, which includes a number of speakers, the presentation of scholarships, as you know, and of course, his speaking and his roasting, where he will be on the menu, as he likes to say, when Trevor Noah is speaking. So, just like anything, it's a risk assessment and a decision he made on a personal basis.
But you don't get to ever do that. You don't get to ever make a risk assessment on a personal basis when Joe Biden and Jen Psaki tell you. They'll decide what your fucking risk assessment is at work, at the airport, on a plane, on a bus, on a train, at school, what your kids' risk assessment should. They'll fucking make all those decisions for you, but they get to make them for themselves. Anyway, anything else you'd like to say about this, Kurt?
I like that. Like even a court can decide you don't have to wear a mask on a plane, and they're going to overrule. Like not even a court can decide.
Right.
That you don't have to do that.
But when they feel like going to a party, they get to decide. Right? Yeah, they don't even feel comfortable with a court deciding. But not anybody, because if they want to go to the White House Correspondents Dinner, they all get to make their own. She'll probably in likelihood wear a mask. Likelihood?
I'd like to see just like once any of them get through a thing without mentioning Trump in some way. It's like, well, Joe, unlike his predecessor, Trump, who we all remember was bad. I mean, he's
That's
the good
right.
one. So what he does is good. Unlike a bad person, he does bad things.
That's
like,
right.
You know who.
All we have to do is beat that, be a little bit better than that bar of Trump, and then we win. That's their litmus test. Are we as shitty as Trump? No? All right. But turns out you are.
They're like worse.
They're worse. Turns out they're
Kids
worse.
in cages have worse cages now.
Yeah, I know. We're doing live stand-up shows in Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Des Moines, Omaha, Kansas City, Las Vegas, all over the country. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com for a link for tickets. And single tickets now available at all venues. So if you tried to buy one before and you couldn't, single tickets are now available. Plus, while you're at jimmydorcomedy.com, why don't you become a premium member? Sign up to our mailing list so when they cancel us, we can still stay in touch.